Hey, welcome back. In this tutorial, we're going to look at how to do some formatting of your Google Sheet. So I have an example Google Sheet here. It's just some transactional data, some sales of nails, screws, hammers, saws, whatever. And it's got customers, quantity, total amount. And the total amount, of course, is a formula. It's the price times the quantity. And this is completely made up data. But we just want to look at the formatting. So most of the formatting changes can be made right from here, the menu. But I'm going to be honest with you, I like making them from here because most of what you need to format is found right on this bar. So one of the things I like to do is I always like to bold the text of my headers. I also like to shade it. So the bold is here. You can toggle it on and off, and as you see, it goes on and off. If I wanted italics, I could toggle that on and off as well. You can see the change. And of course, you could change the text color if you wanted. If I wanted some deep crimson, if I wanted it to be yellow, can't even see that. This blue or magenta or whatever. I don't know, what is that color? Blue, it's blue. Next color is purple. Whatever color I want it to be, but I'm going to leave it black. I'm going to bold it, and I want to shade in the cells. So shading in the cells is the fill color. And I usually just pick a color, a really light color, easy on the eyes, maybe this green. There we go. So I shaded the header row, and I've bolded it. I also like to center. So to align within cells, you've got two options, horizontal alignment and you've got vertical alignment. Horizontal alignment, of course, is left to right or in the center. Vertical alignment is top, bottom, or in the center. Right next to that, you also have text wrapping. So text wrapping would be something similar to this. I'm going to squeeze this cell down. So you can see it's being cut off now. 123 company, ABC company, they're being cut off. But if I wanted to wrap that text, I would go over here and hit wrap text. It'll actually just put it in other lines in the same cell. And it'll expand that row as much as it needs to expand that row in order to accommodate that text being in that cell. I don't want that. I want it to clip it. So let's clip it. And I'm going to make that cell big enough so we can see it anyway. So a couple other things I like to do is I like to have my data centered, total amount and quantity. So I'm going to center my quantity. I'm going to center my total amount. So we looked at bold. We looked at italics. Strike through. This might actually. This is something you might use every once in a while. I don't really use this very often at all. But if you're using strike through, maybe ABC company's not the right one. You want to strike that through. You hit that, and it puts a line through it. Or you can take the line off. As far as the text itself goes, or the font, you can choose your font with this drop down. It can be Arial, whatever, Overpass, Calibri. Let's do Calibri. Okay, that looks all right. And let's make it a little bigger. Let's make it bigger still. Let's make it 12 font. Calibri 12 font. So once again, you've got the date, and this date is sorted by the date. But here you can change the font type or the cell type. So you can have currency, financial accounting, scientific percent number, and of course the date options are here, date and time. And there's a separate video for the date and how dates work in Google Sheets. So I do think you should actually watch that one. Even if you're familiar with Excel or other spreadsheets, you should watch that one. But the more commonly used formats for the cell types are here, and as well as the decimals. So to increase or decrease decimals. So if you want to increase a decimal, I wanted $12. There we go. I want that $4 with the 00. Perfect. That's one thing you can do. You can also reduce it. by hitting this button right beside reduce or decrease and increase decimals. So, as you can tell, the formatting is not a huge deal. It's not a big deal, but it's just to make your spreadsheet look a little nicer, a little more appealing to the eyes, and to draw attention to certain things. So, for instance, the header. You want the header row. Um, so, thank you for joining me on that, and please watch again if you need to. One other thing before you do go, many of the formatting changes can also be made by right clicking. Um, so, excellent. Well, thank you very much, and have a wonderful day.